Welcome. Merrill Chandler here, your guide to the Get Fundable universe. And this is breaking news so that we don't break the bank. All right. So, what is our news update today? It's actually pretty fascinating because everybody seems to be getting into this space. First things first, we've been talking about what are called invisible borrowers, right? The credit invisibles, the unbanked, right? There's kind of commingling of these terms. So let's get some terms down so we know what we're referring to. So unbanked are the 30 million Americans who do not have a traditional checking account or savings account at a depository institution in the country. Mattress money types, coffee can types, etc. So they are unbanked, meaning they're even further upstream than people who are credit invisible, which is the next category. Credit invisibles are people who may have a checking account, they may have a savings account, but they have no traditional credit accounts. So the unbanked don't even have a relationship with any depository bank. And credit invisibles, which are 50 million plus Americans who are invisible to our current credit system. So that means there's 20 million people who do have a depository account, but they don't even have any kind of credit or never have had credit. So they are unscored because as we know from FICO, from a boot camp, if you're a boot camp grad, we know that anybody who to get a FICO score, you have to have at least 6 months of one account reporting to all three bureaus. That's what creates the score. Now, why is this important? Why are we defining all this? Well, in Wall Street Journal, these folks who are credit invisibles, both the unbanked as well as the depositors only, Experian has announced what's called Experian Go. Now, Experian already has Experian Boost, all these clever identifiers and trademark names, etc. Experian Boost was the opportunity to actually submit information to the credit bureau where they could add trade accounts that are not traditional. So your cell phone bill and your your utilities, etc., and be counted towards your credit score. So Experian Boost was allowing you to add these kind of non-traditional bill-paying accounts. They're not technically credit accounts, but they're service provider accounts. Let's call them that, service provider accounts. Well, Go is actually where you go into this Experian app or online website, and you link all these accounts now. So it's the next level of Boost. So you go from Boost to Go. And what Boost allows you to do, they're saying, is that you now put in your recurring your account information into the website, the application, or the app, so that they can now watch you use it and make payments. Instead of reporting the information, they're now real-time observing you make your cell phone bill, utility bill, lease payment, among other things. Now, Experian, this from the CFPB, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, they estimate that more than 25 these credit invisible Americans, 50 is the big picture. These 25 million are the ones who struggle to get traditional credit scores. Now, we have talked out, Experian rolled it out in October and has been going through a pilot program in a number among 15,000 people to get real-time data so that they can shore it up. Question is that we always ask is, and they're asking in the article as well, this tactic of pushing additional lines of credit or financial service on customers has been controversial in the past. So they're asking, what does this buy the consumer? It gives more data to the credit bureaus. It gives more data to FICO or other scorers, non-legitimate scorers. Did you see what I did there? And then, but the problem is that in this Go app, much like Credit Karma, they want to offer these credit folks cards they may be approved for using this alternative data. So Go is not just a way to score them and watch data in real time, but to also offer them credit cards that they could qualify for. Now, the problem is that these credit cards pay affiliate. Credit Karma is making $2 billion a year from its referral links, right? So free site, but they get paid by lenders for referrals. So I can only imagine that Experian is going to make its business model is to make money by referring credit cards. Many times these are low value cards. They're not tier ones. They may not be tier. We haven't seen the list yet, so I will withhold severe judgment. But as we've said in the past, in the boot camp especially, Chase is likely not to give a $20,000 Chase Sapphire card to somebody with alternative data. It may expand to that over the next few years, and I can't wait to see what the lists are, because we will come back and we will update us again when we have more intel from the Go site. But for now, just remember that for those of us who are looking to become strategic borrowers, sometimes I've used the word professional borrowers. Sometimes I've said bullseye borrowers, because we hit that funding guideline in the bullseye. Whatever term that I'm using, our objective is to have a high value credit profile so that we can develop long-term relationships with business lenders. Now, some people so you might be asking yourself, well, Merrill, isn't this a great way to start? Low value cards are never the way to start if you have not burned through bankruptcy or not paying your bills or whatever, charge-offs. If you haven't burned tier 1 and tier 2 banks, then low value cards are not the way to go. We want to establish, and there are mechanisms that we learn in the boot camp. There are mechanisms to build high value banking relationships where we get high value cards just by depositing money in the right checking accounts and doing the right traffic patterns inside of those bank accounts. So guys, if you don't know what I'm talking about, just check out the boot camp, getfundablebootcamp.com. You got that's where all of this strategic intel is. But the thing we have to be aware of is fundability is the ability to be funded. And we want high value accounts, because high value accounts create relationships with high value lenders who then want to give us more money, especially for those of us who are looking for business credit cards, business credit lines, and business loans, up to from $50,000 to $100,000 or more. So your utility bill is not going to help get a $50,000 Citibank Chase credit card. Your lease payment is not going, or your cell phone bill, even if you have a perfect payment history, it's going to qualify you for lower value things. Let's do it right. Let's build a high value profile, and talk to your advisor. If you're a student or client, talk to your advisor if you've burned all the tier 1s and tier 2s and you need somewhere to go. We even have options for that. But guys, Go is one more time. Yes, they're working on the unbanked and the credit invisible marketplace. I applaud them. If somebody came to me and said, hey, my auntie doesn't have a checking account and she wants to get it, she loves what I'm doing, she wants to get in the credit and funding game, What do I tell her? Well, I'm going to tell her what I'm telling you. Let's focus on building banking relationships. Let's focus on having direct deposit checking accounts. Let's run traffic patterns through that checking account. Let's stay as far away from zero as possible. All the things that I keep saying. And then that an auntie can now have a really powerful and high value relationship and get high value credit cards because we know how to establish those relationships. This is Merrill Chandler, your host of the Get Fundable universe. And for those of us who are, if you're a funding hacker, come and join us on the inside. Link is in the Funding Hacker private Facebook group. Come and join us and let's unpack this a little bit more and answer your questions. I will see you